Liz, I'm the baker that sews. Welcome to my channel if you're new and welcome back if you are a subscriber. As always, it's really lovely to have you here as I share my sewing journey. So welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my ideas for the long sleeves 23 challenge that's currently running over on Instagram. So I've got lots of information in front of me about the challenge and how you can get involved. And then I'm going to be talking about what my plans are as part of the long sleeves challenge. So it's being hosted by Shannon, who is at the Sewing Warehouse over on Instagram. I'll link her page down below so you can go and give her a little follow if you haven't already. It is being run throughout the month of October, and we are being encouraged to make a garment with long sleeves and post to Instagram during the month of October. So it's already started and then it will end on the 31st of October. You need to make sure that you tag Shannon and use the hashtag longsleeves23, and it's open worldwide as well, which is really exciting. So I have been going through my fabric stash and just thinking really carefully about what things I would like to sew in the next couple of weeks that have long sleeves. So I thought I would talk through my fabric choices and my pattern choices and hopefully give you a little bit of inspiration to take part in the challenge. So my first plan as part of the long sleeves 23 challenge is to sew up a jumper, and the reason I want to get this jumper sewn up is because we got an iron-on transfer in our Sew Hilly Jane box which says stay home and sew, and I've been really keen to get this used and put onto a jumper. So I've got some fabric that I got from, I think I got this from New Craft House. I've used it for, what should I use it for? I can't even remember what I've used it for, but I've used a little bit of it, but I've still got quite a lot of it left in this gorgeous like mauve colour, would you describe it as? Like a purpley colour, and I think that that transfer would work really nicely with that colour. So I'm going to be using this fabric. I can't remember what type of fabric it was, but it has got stretch to it, so I'm going to be using it to sew up the Tilly in the Buttons Billy jumper. I've got my iPad in front of me just so I can give you some information about the pattern. But it's the Tilly in the Buttons Billy sweatshirt and dress, so you can sew it up as like quite a relaxed fit dress, but I'm going to be sewing up a jumper. There are lots of different options for the sleeves. You can do this gorgeous like balloon sleeve. I don't think I've got enough of this fabric to sew up a balloon sleeve, so I'm just going to do a regular sleeve with the cuff, and then just a regular sort of jumper, and then I can put this really cool transfer on the front of it. So the Tilly in the Buttons Billy sweatshirt and dress comes in sizes UK 6 to 34. In terms of suggested fabrics, they recommend a sweatshirt fleece, French terry, a ponte, double knit, interlock or sweater knit with at least 10% stretch. I'll put in some images of the jumper style that I'm going to be going for. But yeah, that's going to be the first thing with the lovely long sleeves. I think that's going to work really nicely in my autumn winter wardrobe. And like I said, really keen to get this used as well. I'm just worried about it getting scratched whilst it's stored, so I'm really keen to iron that on to a lovely jumper. The next long sleeves plan that I've got is inspired by this gorgeous leopard print fabric that I got from Rainbow Fabrics a while ago in this gorgeous like mustard colour. It's a viscose jersey, so it's got a really lovely amount of drape. It's quite a bouncy fabric as well, and this colour is just absolutely beautiful. I think it's going to work so nicely for the pattern that I've got in mind. And the pattern that I want to use this gorgeous fabric for is the Sew Over It Estelle dress, and it's this really beautiful quite close fitting dress, and it's got this really interesting tie detail at the front as well. I've got a picture of it here if you can see, but I will insert some better images of it. So the Estelle dress pattern comes in sizes 6 to 30, so a UK 6 to 30, and it's split into two blocks. So you get a 6 to 20, which is a B cup, and then 18 to 30, which is a D cup. In terms of fabric suggestions, they recommend light to medium weight knit fabrics like a viscose or bamboo jersey or French terry and lightweight cotton jersey. It's aimed at confident beginners, and it's a knit dress sewing pattern. Really, really comfortable to wear. I've already made one in a peacock viscose jersey that I got from Felicity Fabrics. It's got a really clever sort of constructed tie detail on the side, and it looks really beautiful and quite elegant. And it is quite a quick and speedy sew as well. Really love the length of the sleeves. I think it looks really nice in a range of fabrics as well. And then in terms of the length, they describe it as a mid-axi length, so between a midi and a maxi. Looks great with heels, boots, trainers, with or without tights. So it can be worn all year round. So you can choose between short, 3/4 length or long sleeves. So I'm going to go for the long sleeves. And you can make the Estelle with a straight or slightly wider skirt with side splits. They've included also 2 different split notches, so you can make them higher or lower dependent on your preference. So I'm really excited about using this beautiful leopard print fabric to sew up the Estelle. I think this is just going to look so stunning as that pattern. So that's my second plan for the long sleeves challenge. My third plan is for this beautiful rib knit fabric. I think this came from a bundle of fabric that I got from Faye Studio Jepson when she was clearing out all of her fabrics. I absolutely love this. It's a rib knit fabric. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to be using this to sew up the Nina Lee South Bank sweater, which is one of my favourite sweater patterns. So again, I've just got the information here. So the South Bank sweater and dress. So the South Bank sweater can also be sewn up as a dress, but I'm just going to be using this to sew up the sweater. Just absolutely love the colours in that fabric. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So it's a Nina Lee pattern. Like I said, you can sew up a sweater or you can sew up a dress. It's a cosy yet stylish knit pattern designed to become a winter wardrobe workhouse with a slightly oversized fit. It's got this really gorgeous like funnel neck and drop shoulders. It's super comfortable and it looks great. And it's actually really quick and quite speedy to sew as well. And because it's in knit fabric, it'll be super comfortable to wear as well. So version 1's the sweater dress. Version 2 is a hip length top and version 3 is a cropped length sweater. What I tend to do is I sew version 2 and I put a hemband on the bottom. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but these are the line drawings. So you've got the dress and then you've got the sweater, which is version 2. So I tend to put the hemband on the bottom and then you've got the shorter length cropped sweater as well. In terms of sizes for the South Bank sweater and sweater dress, it comes in 2 separate size bandings. So you get the UK 6 to 20 and then the other size banding is a size 16 to 28. In terms of fabric recommendations, all 3 options work really well in a medium weight knit with up to 20% stretch, such as a Ponte Roma boiled wool sweatshirt fabric. Version 2 also works beautifully in lighter weight jerseys, which give a softer, drapier look. And that's what I'm going for. I'm going to be sewing up version 2, which is this one. But what I'm going to be doing is adding this hemband onto the bottom of it. I just really like the look of the sweater when you add that hemband onto the bottom. That's what I always do when I sew up the South Bank version 2. So yeah, I think this fabric... I think this fabric is going to work really nicely as the South Bank sweater, and I think it will go really nicely with lots of things that I've got in my wardrobe too. And then the final idea that I've got for the long sleeve 23 challenge is a coat pattern that I'm really keen to sew up. And the reason why I want to get this sewn up is because I've had this quilted fabric from Fabric Godmother for ages. I think probably for a couple of years. As soon as I saw it, I fell in love with it and bought a couple of meters. And I wanted to turn it into a like puffer jacket, but I've never really come across the right pattern. This is the fabric, and let me show you with the big cats. I was going to say it's tigers, but it's big cats. There's tigers and leopards. It's such a fun fabric. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It feels really squishy and warm, and I think it's going to make a great coat for the winter when the weather does start to get a little bit cooler. So the pattern that I'm going to be using is a pattern that's new to me. I think it's been out a while, but the Fold Line shared recently that they had a bit of a sale on, and one of these patterns was included in the sale. So I managed to save myself about £8 on the pattern. It's a Vicky Sews pattern, and it's the Uma coat, which is this pattern here. I'll put in better drawings for you, line drawings and images. But the Uma coat, it's almost like a hoodie type sort of jacket. Hasn't got the traditional front coat opening. You've got like this placket at the top, which is quite a short placket. So it only opens sort of to about here. It's got inseam pockets. It's a loose fitting straight cut puffer coat featuring wide horizontal quilting. I'm using pre-quilted fabric, but you can quilt your own fabric. The garment has side seam pockets and a tall standing collar. It fastens with 4 snaps on the short centre front placket and collar. The long, wide, one-piece raglan sleeves have a shoulder dart. I'm not sure how easily I'll be able to put a dart into this fabric because it is quite thick fabric, but hopefully I will be able to put darts into it. And then there's decorative elastic cord with stoppers, which is threaded through the casings at the garment and sleeve hems. And the garment stops below hip length. In terms of sizes, it's UK 6 to 20. And in terms of fabric recommendations, they recommend faux fur with knit or woven backing, blended raincoat fabrics, juice flow, twill, taffeta and taslan. I think that's because you're meant to quilt the fabric and then make the coat, but I'm going to be using pre-quilted fabric. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out. And if I can show you, I want to show you what the opening looks like. And you see it's like quite a straight puffer jacket, and then you've got this opening collar detail here. It looks really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to giving it a try. It's something completely new to me. Sorry, I'm just seeing if there's line drawings. Those are the line drawings. I will insert some better images, but yeah, it's a totally new sort of style of pattern to me, but I'm really excited about giving it a go because I've had this quilted fabric in my stash for such a long time, not really knowing what to turn it into. So I feel like I'm covering quite a lot of bases with my long sleeves sort of ideas. I'm going to be sewing up a couple of jumpers, and then I'm also going to be sewing up a coat at the same time as well. So lots and lots of ideas. I will update you on how I get on with them over on Instagram. I hope you've enjoyed hearing what my plans are for the challenge and hearing what some of my ideas are too, and seeing some of the fabrics. I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody else gets sewn up throughout the month of October as part of this challenge. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd really love it if you could hit that subscribe button. You'll get notified of when I bring out my next video. Thank you as always for watching. Take care, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.